Morning, everyone. It's now Tuesday. So what I did want to do, I didn't do a video on Monday because I was traveling to Vegas. So what I've actually done is now I'm all settled. The next day we have got the Brexit talk coming out. So I thought I would show you remotely my mobile screen on how the little £500 account is doing. So we're still around that sort of £36.74, 36.90 mark. So we've not drastically added to any drawdown, and we've got our bigger position now at 50 pence on the British pound sterling. So what I've actually done, I wanted to add about a pound a pip and going really, really ultra aggressive on this. But I thought, because it's only a small account, we've got to be sensible because we are building a small account at the moment. When we've got more money in it, we can go in as aggressive as we want. But in this case, it's all about protecting our equity. So what I've done, I put in my 50 pence pip on the scalp. So obviously after a nice durational trade we got in, still in it there. We have actually made a couple of little trades, which is nice. And you can see the New Zealand Jappy slowly coming back. So at the moment that is using up a bit of our margin. So let's just have a quick look at what we're doing on the pound. So at the moment you can see that I've got an order for 30 pence. At 131,000. If it did drop, I'm waiting for these psychological levels to get picked up. And I've also got another 20p at 130,000. Okay, so what I've actually done is scaled in my extra 50p to make it a pound a pip, but over about 114, 15 pips. So hopefully, previously it dropped about 200 pips. The market on the last Brexit news, we've already travelled down 72 pips today. So I'm thinking if we could travel down roughly to about the 200 mark, that should pick up us roughly where the last sort of announcement was. And obviously I know that it's not going to be as big as it was last time, purely because not a lot's happened. And when a little tip for you guys is when the broker doesn't send you an email saying that they're changing margins because of current news that's coming out, like they did on the previous one, that indicates that something's going to be bigger or not so big. But this time they haven't even messaged saying they're going to change anything. As far as I know, the margins are left the same, which is indicating that the news is predicted to be a lot smaller. Obviously, we can't always guarantee that, but probably about 80 to 85% of the time, if you don't get the email, the news is not going to be as volatile. So, and obviously it's going to be non-farm payroll soon as well, which could obviously counteract part of this trade, because obviously everything's built in the markets. What I want you guys to start thinking is if something happens this week, probably next week there'll be something to counter it, or even the week after that. So it's really, really important to stay involved in trades, because sometimes what I find is when you're new to trading, you'll place a trade on something, you'll make 20 pips, you'll get out and you start trading another currency. Unfortunately, what that's like is you can't actually live, and you're not actually viably sort of working with anything. Can you imagine starting a college degree, doing it for 2 weeks, thinking you know everything and walking away? That's exactly what new retail traders do on their accounts. So what will you actually do? If you look at our current positions on this little account, I'll just get it up on the QuickTime player. Let's go to history. You can see in the last week that obviously everything's very, very similar. We had quite a nice big trade there on the last 50p, which I reapplied. Going forward, I'm actually in the British pound still, which was like the first trade we took. So you can see a lot of these trades, even though they're like trade breaks, because I've been getting in and out of the market, just making sure the equity gets moved into my account, they're pretty much in the same currency. Even the New Zealand Jappy, like, you can see there's a nice block there. I did take some Aussie trades because of the margin that the New Zealand Jappy was using up. I had to quickly offset the Aussie trades with a small profit. So we're out of them now. I wish I stayed in them because they did go a lot further, but I put the stop loss up, trailed it, and it just bumped me out with a tiny little profit, but no loss. So as you can see, we still haven't had a loss on this account. So I'm also trying to get to about 1,000 trades. If I can get to 1,000 trades with no loss, it just shows to you guys that it is possible. And do you know what I mean? If anything, anybody can do this. All we're doing is we're taking small little trades and making sure we can never run out of money. And we're just letting the market work its way. what I will do on some of the future courses, I will show you how to scale in and make even more money. But at the moment, if you see this little account, we are up well over 20%. 25% top line. Yeah. Actually, no, 30% top line. So, do you know what I mean? It won't be long until this is 40% up on this account. And do you know what I mean? Then we can start trading harder. And we can build this up. Averagely, I'm hoping to literally double the account within 3 months, and then so on and so on and so on. But hopefully, once it starts compounding, we should be able to pick up the market a little quicker. Okay. So, right, what I also want to do is just quickly make sure you guys are aware of your psychological levels. So for the news, you can see that all I've done is highlighted all the psychological levels. And you can see there with our durational trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like there's going to be a bit of a small bounce anyway. So what I'll do, I will log back in after the all the Brexit news has happened and it's over tomorrow, and we'll have a look exactly where our account is. See you soon, guys. If you want to, please like and subscribe. Obviously, there's plenty more videos to come. Obviously, this is not going to be a real short course. This account's just going to go on and on and on forever. So what I'll do, I will see you all soon.